So children come to have reading difficulties in a variety of ways. There's evidence that it runs in families, and that suggests a strong genetic component for some children who seem to be, from the moment they're born, at high risk for reading difficulty. Other children, we think, have come to reading difficulty because of environmental factors. The best understood one is children who are in environments where there's minimal exposure to language, where they have hear fewer words, have fewer conversations with their parents, and those children are less school ready and fall behind in reading as well. In terms of education, the evidence is that the same kind of interventions help children who seem to have a genetic neurological pathway towards reading difficulty and those children who have reading difficulty because of environmental factors. All those children need to learn how to crack the code of print. And at the beginning grades, it seems like the same kind of interventions that have been developed with dyslexia in mind also helps children who we believe are more likely simply to not be as ready for school due to environmental factors. Over the years, those things change because the children need all kinds of support in terms of background knowledge for reading and other kinds of skills. But those first few years of elementary school, where we want to get all children to that beginning moments of reading, to be able to read a single word accurately, to be able to sound out words they've never seen before in text, those early steps of reading seem to benefit from explicit instruction in the early grades, regardless of the cause of a child's reading difficulty. Well, in later grades it becomes somewhat different, and we understand less of that scientifically, but we understand that children who have environments where they're not highly supported, where they don't do a lot of reading, and so on, that there's a lot of other things that schools have to do to promote their knowledge of history, their knowledge of the world, things that help make reading easier for somebody as they encounter a new book or a new text. So it's by no means the case that the early instruction in grades is all that you need. Education keeps on going. But we do know that those first steps of learning to read single words accurately, children seem to benefit regardless of the cause of the reading difficulty.